Okay, so today I've released a new update for PL Drylands. It's now on A13. This is the first in a series of 3 updates that I'm going to be making, just to have major changes to push it just that much more into being playable. So all of the changes this update have been focused on the third point because it's long needed a bit of a rework. And the main issue I've tried to address, well, there's 2 major ones that I've tried to address. One is the sightlines, and 2 is how interesting this back area here is to play. So I'll address the changes to the sightlines first. As you can see, I've added wall here so that I can't, like, you can still see kind of lower down if you crouch here, but you can't shoot it from so far away. After a certain point, you just can't see it anymore. And you can only really shoot people's feet. So it's a bit of a difficult spot to stand in, and you're kind of wasting a bit of resources. But sniper might still be strong doing that, I'm not sure. I'd have to see that be played. But it should hopefully make it so that it's kind of that much nicer to stand here. I'm not just going to be constantly fearing getting shot. In addition to that, there's kind of this area up here that you can stand on, which should make it a bit more interesting to play this area. Red now has options like beginning their defense. They can stand up here and get some spam across, or they can stand up here, and the travel time on those rockets is slightly less if I want to be spamming where people are coming from, and I can, I have quite a lot of height over them, and I have a spot to retreat to if I'm taking a bit of extra damage. I can sit back here. So, yeah, it should hopefully be easier to play this point red side. And it should just be more interesting, because, I mean, I feel like it's fun to jump around that bit, especially as scout. It's fun to jump on and off this bit. So, beyond that, I've changed this slope here to make it feel more interesting to go up. There's less of this as kind of a straight line. It feels like there's kind of a bit more separation of the area here, so that this area kind of feels a bit shorter, which should hopefully help with making it feel more fun to play. There's still kind of this long stretch of flat ground here, but it's not as long as it used to be, where it kind of felt all the same. So it should hopefully just make it that much more fun. The catwalk here, I've raised that. Again, just to make it so that not only is there more space, especially if you're standing on this wall here, you know, I can actually stand here, whereas if it was the old height that it was, I wouldn't have been able to. But it also just gives that much more height over things. I'm slightly safer here. I mean, it's easy to just, like, push someone off by shooting them, but I'm, like, just marginally safer and, like, more effective up there. I've also removed the shack here and kind of changed this whole side area, because I have removed the door here and replaced it with one here to lead up onto this high ground, just to make it, again, well, the 2 main reasons for this change is I think this is more interesting, and there used to be a nasty sightline here onto crates that would make it so that you couldn't kind of play the crates as confidently. So this should hopefully prevent people standing here from being sniped, because now there's not really a good sniper angle to get on it. I've changed, what else is it? I'm trying to think, where is it? I've moved the shutter over to here. This is more just to prevent the sight line if you're not, like, kind of standing here. It does kind of mean that you can, like, do this as sniper, but I feel like this isn't as effective after a certain point, because people will just kind of stand here. They're not going to be kind of over here. often, unless they're getting health. So it should hopefully make Sniper less effective. The main thing is just that you can't stand here and hit shots all the way on people over here. So, and also just the shutter here wasn't super necessary. So, you know, it should just make it you know, more fun to move around and more fun to, you know, not get shot by Sniper through. I've also raised this tower and the lights here, just so that, you know, if I'm standing here, it takes a second for me to kind of go up next to them. So, it should be a lot nicer just to rocket jump around this. I've also gotten rid of the collision on these, just because it's annoying if you're trying to rocket jump and do, like, high bombs and stuff. So, that about sums up the changes on this point. Again, I'm gonna be pushing out 2 other versions, relatively close to each other. They're all part of the, like, same quote-unquote group of updates, I guess. So this is A13. The next one is A13A, and A13A is just going to be focused on making Lost more defendable. You know, I've had my issues with this shack that I think it needs revamping. That's probably not going to happen because I think I need more, like, input from playtests for that. But the main change that I want to make is that I want to have a lobby going into Lost, so that Lost is that much easier to defend, because, you know, you have a lobby to play around now. So, it should be that much nicer. As well as that, I'm just going to make a couple of minor changes, like, move this rock here, and so on. So, yeah. And then A13B is going to be focused on making A more playable. And I'm not sure how I'm going to go about that. One of the ideas I had to make, like, Sniper less viable was just to have, like, a small area kind of here. Take spawn and move it all the way back, and then have, like, a spawn area here that you can kind of come out of. And then there's, like, a courtyard here where the cart isn't, but, like, your you can still, like, Red can still kind of stand here, and the spawn is back further. So it should hopefully help to make Sniper a bit less viable, because he's going to have to travel further, and if you lose him, if he takes too much damage, he's going to have to sit back. I'm also just going to make general changes to the point here, just to make it more interesting. Use some of Manny's suggestions, like the trench here. I think I need to rewatch the review that he did to see for sure what he said, but it was something along those lines. So, yeah. But that about sums it up. I'm excited to be pushing these updates out. Hopefully it gets it into a state where people will want to play it competitively, and Sniper won't be super busted. So, yeah. That's about everything I have to say. See ya.